Hello and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be showing how to open the hood on the Fisker Ocean. I have covered this in previous videos, though they have been much longer and had other topics. This one is going to be quick and showing the owner how to open the hood. I'll give you the tools and the methods in order to access the area underneath. So let's get started. Here are the tools that we're going to be using today to open up the hood. First, you're going to need a plastic pry bar, and this is going to be used on the service panel that's on the front that is covering the two bolts that we need to remove. And speaking of the bolts, I recommend a 13mm socket with a magnetic tip so that the bolts stay attached as you're removing them and don't fall out. And also at least 6 inches long because the area is recessed where the bolts are located. I'm also going to be using a ratchet wrench, and the ratchet will provide enough leverage to get those bolts out. These are the three things that you'll be needing today. And let's go back to the car and show you the next steps. First step is to remove the service panel. I have my trim tool here. I find it best to insert it right in this corner here and then push out. Then you can grab it and then pull softly, and then all the clips will unsnap. And then place this over on the side so it doesn't get damaged. I'm going to be using my 13mm magnetic socket with the ratchet wrench right here. Make sure it's set for loosening so it will go counterclockwise when you turn it. Insert this into the opening here. It will connect with the bolt, and then just start turning. Okay, you'll feel it loose at this point. Gently take it out, and then you have the bolt. Do the same thing on the other side. All right, at a certain point, you will feel it loose enough to pull out. Don't remove it until you feel it being loose, because you don't want to lose this inside of this cavity. Now we can grab the hood on the edges here and gently lift it up. We're going to lift it up evenly until you hear a click. Then you can let it lower a little bit and it will be locked into place. So make sure that this latch is in place before you lower it. And now we have access to everything under the hood. And when you're ready to close the hood, you just need to press up a little bit on the hood so you release some tension, and then press the lever right here, and then you can lower the hood carefully with two hands. When you tighten the bolts, Fisker recommends using 19 Newton meters of force. I have a small torque wrench that I use for this situation, and tighten this down. When I reach the 19 Newton meters of force, this will click and I'll know that it's at the right setting. But if you're in an emergency and you don't have a torque wrench on you, just make sure you tighten it as hard as you can, hand tightening. It should get you close to, if not most of the way, to 19 Newton meters. Then when you're at a place where you can get a torque wrench, then you can apply the proper torque. One thing you don't want to do is have the bolts loose, because they can come out and the hood could open when you're driving, and that would be a terrible thing. Here you can see where the bolt goes in. And that's it. That means it is torqued. And now for the other side, I'm going to insert the bolts. Going to do this by hand, a little bit quicker. Now I can take the torque wrench, put it on the end, and get the final torque on this. There we go. It is now fully torqued for both of these. Then when the bolts are in securely, you can take the service lid and center it over the opening, and then on one end just start pushing it in and the clips will lock into place. And there we go.